Greetings and salutations, folks. My name's Nick, and welcome back to Chicken Police, Painted Red, where we return to Sonny Featherland and Marty McChicken, the legendary duo known as the Chicken Police, on an investigation of a murder. A young woman named Deborah was killed. She was only doing her job, assisting her boss, Natasha Katsenko. But it seems that there were twins afoot. Her lover, Eben Wessler, had a brother, a secret brother, Albert Wessler. He kept out of sight, but not quite out of mind, who may have been murdered. Or maybe it was the other way around, and Albert is walking around disguised as Eben Wessler, plotting his revenge. Or at least that's what I'm thinking. My current theory is that, I feel like a lot of it is led up to this. Towards the beginning of the game, we discover that Eben Wessler has been behaving strangely as of late. He's been handing off his businesses to his associates, which makes it seem as though the switch from Eben Wessler to Albert Wessler seems like the most plausible storyline, and that Albert Wessler is trying to get revenge on Natasha for essentially stealing Eben's heart, like pulling him out of the business. Apparently, I'm not done talking to Dr. Quetzal, so let us...
That's quite shocking information.
I think you understand why we kept it a secret. If it wasn't for Mr. Wessler's demand, we'd never let any of our patients walk freely outside our institution.
Then the accident happened.
Accident? Ha! We didn't believe it, not for a second. After Albert came back to us, horribly mutilated, he was different.
And my theory, yeah, he was different because he was Eben Wessler, and I think Albert came back just to put Eben out of his misery at that point, like for whatever remaining feelings he had towards his brother.
Different how?
If someone got one of his eyes poked out and his tongue torn out,
And his fingers
he'd be
broken.
different, but not like this. Albert was a different person.
We believe you, Doctor. So, can we take a
Also,
look
I
at
feel as
Albert's
though this
cell?
discussion is
I'd
very,
rather call
very
it his
heavy-handed.
room. Mr. Wessler lived in exceptional circumstances.
Thanks to the Wessler name, I guess.
It's like very, very heavy-handed, and it's leaning into like, he's a different person now.
Yes. Well, we try to make all of our patients stay as comfortable as possible, but Albert certainly enjoyed special favoritism.
Now here's the question. Are we going to be able to save Natasha from Albert?
I hope you don't mind if we take a look around in there.
That's not going to bother anyone.
Well, that's surprising.
A lot of color in the
Never
room.
seen a cell like this before, that's for sure. I wouldn't mind living here myself.
It seems that being a Wessler gets you privileges.
What's this? Having money and authority and power gets you privileges? Who would have thought?
And a healthy dose of danger.
Mostly that, yeah.
Well,
Take
also,
a good look around. I'm sure we'll find some answers here. I can almost
that's
smell
not necessarily part of being, immediately a part of being rich. That's probably also part of being a gangster.
Well, I smell paint, ink, plaster, some kind of oil, aging paper, slight smell of rat, and great expectations.
A copy of
What
the book?
Dickens?
Unmistakable. Yeah.
This place is bad for you, pal. But if you've already jump-started your beak holes, then sniff out the solution.
I'm on it, Boss Bird.
All right. Oh, hold on. For a handful of waffles. a chicken police story. Now we got a writing desk, we got a creepy mural, we got a fancy bed, we got a painting. The painting? Is it missing a corner? No. It's also of a sexy lizard.
The style. It's very familiar to me.
Wait, did he
You've
paint
been
all of the
lonely for
portraits
far too
in
long, huh?
the sweltering
Not
Nile?
funny, Marty.
It is, a little.
Yeah, I think he did.
You know, I don't think he had it so bad in here.
You mean apart from being separated from everyone you love in an ancient mansion filled with madmen?
You're right.
As always.
When you put it like that, what about your writing desk?
Look at that. A letter. Identical twins. And looking at it, they may have easily loved the same woman. 2 men and 1 woman. Nothing good ever comes of that.
Well, I wouldn't say that exactly.
Of all the wild ones, Marty, please, stitch up your beak, okay?
Just use your imagination, old bird.
All right, we got polar tea. Chess pieces, I think?
Scribbles, newspaper articles, study papers, poems, perfect chaos.
Just like the troubled mind of a troubled fella.
Yeah, but there's still a kind of order in it. It's just too intricate for you to comprehend.
If you say so, boss.
All right, let's look at the creepy mural.
No way. Is this some kind of puzzle?
I don't think so. But we could still find something important here. A pattern, a sign, anything.
All right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. See, the thing is with ambiguous puzzles is, like, ultimately, like, you have to be taught the rules of the puzzle somehow. Let's see, there's an infinity symbol up here. Does this mean nothing to you? What about this eye? Alright. Let's see what we picked up.
Identical twins. And
I know I don't exist. I don't exist because you don't see me. But I'm not what you think I am. You don't think about me, do you? Never. No. I think of you. Every day, every minute, always. In my dreams, I have become one with him, one soul. You know who I'm thinking about, right? Can you feel it? Can you feel that I'm there too, with you? Do you feel it right now? I can't hold it in myself for long. Forgive me, forgive me, forgive me. Please, I'm sorry, but I can't help it. The world is crashing down. The whole world is just rotting and rotting. Everything is rotting around me. I have to get out of here to become one with my destiny and one with you. Forgive me.
Albert was madly in love with Natasha and would have done anything for her. I'm afraid he did exactly that. What do you make of this?
Apart from the fact the guy was totally insane? I don't know. What should I?
That maybe we've been chasing the wrong person all this time, Marty.
What do you mean?
Everything will be revealed soon.
Oh, thank you.
Why do you have to be so melodramatic all of a sudden?
If I'm right, this'll flip the whole case upside down.
What's that, Sonny? A blurb from some horrible novel?
I just have to think things through before I come to any hasty conclusions.
I've already
Marty.
come to this conclusion, Sonny.
You're killing me. So what now? Where to?
Back to Clawville, where we can finally put all the pieces together.
You're driving me crazy. But all right, let's go home.
I'm not driving you crazy. I'm driving you home. All right. Let us return to the Hotel Atlas. Put the pieces together.
I don't believe this.
Oh, no.
Those two again?
Take them out. My car won't last much longer.
Don't worry, Sonny. I was born to do this.
Ah. All right, I'm still in the lead.
Are you blind or what? Where did you learn to shoot?
Where did you learn how to fly? Why didn't you reload?
Whew. Well, that was close.
A little too close for my taste, and it only strengthens my belief. Wessler is desperate. He knows if we survive, he's done for.
Well, come on, what did you work out? Will you tell me already?
Sure. Let's put the picture together, piece by piece. Let's start from the beginning. So, we got a case.
All right, we've got a case. It starts off with Natasha Kitsenko and the message from Natasha. The painting piece? Okay. Natasha tried to keep that painting a secret from us. Okay. Natasha needed to destroy the painting to hide what happened to Albert Wessler. Okay. Natasha wanted us to find the painting for her. Natasha tried to show us the painting. Yay.
Natasha tried to show us the painting.
Give me enough tries. I'll eventually get it. Magnum? No.
And that painting would have shown us the way.
To the secret hideout of Albert Wessler? No. To Ibn and Albert Wessler. Albert painted Natasha. To the corpse of Albert Wessler, which is obvious. No. To the asylum where we can find out that Ibn killed Albert because he knew. Let's try B.
Ibn and Albert Wessler. Albert painted Natasha, so he met her on more than one occasion.
Wessler's twin? No. Fatal love.
Which made Albert
Escape from the asylum to live as a madman in a dark forest underground, fall in love with Natasha, and escape from the asylum to a secret hideout we need to find, fall in love with Natasha, and on a fateful night he killed his brother so he could take his place in secret and win Natasha's heart, kill his brother, take his place, and force Natasha to create the case with threats. Let's try C.
in love with Natasha. And on a fateful night, he killed his brother so he could take his place in secret and win Natasha's heart.
Case closed. We're done here. Let's go home.
So what happens now?
The inevitable, Marty. We're going to the Wessler mansion to confront Ibn with the facts.
You mean Albert, right?
Yeah, exactly. And of course, Natasha.
Do you think she knew about it?
Something stinks, Marty. The whole case seems too intricate.
Too many coincidences, right?
Well, after 10 years, you did learn something, didn't you?
9.
You're right.
Huh.
What?
You just laughed, Sonny.
What?
No. I didn't laugh. You didn't catch me in a good mood at
you
all.
Laughed.
Just leave it, Marty.
I'll be telling this to my grandchicks.
All right, pal, that's enough.
Okay. So, Albert fell madly in love with Natasha and decided to have her for himself.
But Albert is
His best
still
chance was to
insane.
trade places with Ibn Wessler.
So maybe there's an alternate
So that's
personality.
why the torn out tongue.
Maybe Natasha accepted Albert, but Albert is insane, and one of his alternate personalities considered Natasha a whore for sleeping with Albert instead of being with Ibn.
Yeah, Ibn couldn't squeal even if he wanted to.
What a diabolical plan.
More like insane.
But why the messages then? Why the threats? Albert got what he wanted. He could have got away with it.
I'm not a psychologist, Marty, but remember what the doctor told us. Albert has a seriously injured mind and a split personality. I think his two identities were at war with each other.
So the messages were written by one of his personalities, consumed by jealousy?
Something like that, Marty. But we can only learn the whole truth from him.
You're right. So, are we going or what?
We're going, Marty, to finally finish what we started.
Well, if there's anything you'd like to do before, do it now, boss. You won't have a chance later.
Talk
You're
about a
right,
point of
Marty.
no return
It's time to
screen.
wrap everything up.
What else is there to wrap up? Alright, be right back. Alright, let's at least talk to the people outside Hotel Atlas.
Do you remember that case with the goat?
Which one?
When that demented wolf devoured the kids of a young goat mother, and in revenge, she cut open his stomach and filled it with rocks.
Do I remember? I'll never forget it. Hell, that
Little
was a
Red Riding Hood?
slaughterhouse. As far as I know, she even took the remains of the kids with her. But how did that come to mind?
This was that shop. The goat mother was running it. They found the dead wolf in here.
This one exactly? Good gods.
Yeah, before it was closed down, when there was still some life here. Not even that now, just the void.
Yeah, spooky place, that's for sure.
You know,
I love to live here.
Sonny, you're creepy.
I was gonna say, so I've previously mentioned a lot of the animal side of things just kind of feels like a facade, like a coat of paint thrown over the detective noir story to kind of give it style, but it doesn't necessarily add that much unique substance to the narrative. But like things like the synthetic meat, the meat war, like the inclusion of things like this off-brand Little Red Riding Hood with the goat mother instead of, and goat children who get eaten by the wolves. Like those kind of like lean more towards, but like you could probably remove all of the animal related paraphernalia from the main story and still be able to tell the main story without any changes.
I see we're ready.
You'll need a shotgun for this kind of deal, Marty. Maybe even that won't be enough.
Nothing to fear while Bertha's here. Even less because you're here too with Mr. Sinclair, of course.
Should I cry?
That would be nice for a change.
Wait, his gun is named Mr. Sinclair? Oh, that's Big Bertha number 2.
Lewis. You weren't awake all night because of us, were you?
I've never been this excited, Sonny. Seriously, it is a great honor to be part of the team. What is it?
You, Lewis,
Huh.
you don't stutter anymore.
What?
Just now, you didn't stutter. Not even a little.
Oh, I must be exhausted. It happens sometimes.
And it's back.
Oh, come on,
So,
Marty.
Thanks again, Lewis. You always get us out of trouble.
Come on, boys. Don't even mention it. It is me who is grateful to be a part of an adventure of the chicken police.
Maybe the last one, too.
No. There's one more.
Sonny, don't spoil his mood. He's so cute.
Pardon?
Nothing.
Marty. Wait, where is...
So, you're going
Where is
out
the
to
Wessler
confront Mr.
estate, now that I think about it?
Wessler?
We have no other choice, Lewis. We're gonna see it through to the end. We've already come this far.
You're brave, gentlemen. I'm honestly impressed.
Well, the rabbit's onto something.
This isn't about money. Not about courage or pride either. It's simply...
Stubbornness.
mostly, yeah.
Well, good luck, guys.
Thanks.
Lewis, we could use some luck, that's for sure.
Look, Sonny, I think if we go now, there's no turning back. Not today, at least. So, are you ready?
I'm still thinking about it, Marty.
Okay, so now the location is opened up to the Wessler residency. All right, let's go over the hop dog.
You know, Sonny, few places are as cozy as the hop dog at dawn.
You have a point.
The silence, the fog, the sunshine slowly devouring the sleeping city.
The smell.
Yeah, the Cobbler district has its own distinctive aroma, that's for sure. But wait, do you smell that?
Is it coffee?
It seems Zip is
Yes.
ready with the first batch of coffee.
That's waiting only for us, my friend.
Also, the guitar playing fly is out.
Well, he's out. He's brave indeed, or an idiot.
They're often the same, Marty, and you should know.
Zip.
Hello, Zip. I see they kicked you out.
You know, Sonny. They told me I could stay in there for 48 hours if I wanted.
Well, maybe you should have done that.
Shit, I had enough. Fuck it. You understand? When you interrogated me, you opened my eyes. I don't give a shit about him, about Wessler and his henchmen. Let them come if they want. It's not gonna be easy for them. You can be sure of that.
That's the Zip we know and love.
Thanks, Marty. So, why are you here?
For coffee.
One last coffee before the end.
Are you going to get him?
We don't have a choice, Zip. We're grabbing the rat by the tail. No screwing around. No playing it nice.
Ah, I see Ibben's really got to you.
Just Sonny. I'm like this all the time.
Yeah, that's true.
All right. See, that's the thing. Like, there really aren't any side quests. It's just you can go back to people and talk to them again. It's like, why am I going to the weekend house again?
So, we're looking for
Exactly.
more evidence?
Like, even the
No, I was
characters
just
don't even
thinking
know.
We could take another look, you know, just in case.
Okay, sure. But
Don't even ask, Marty.
you're really becoming sentimental.
One more word, and I swear I'm...
Yep, I'm gonna shut it.
Like, characters don't even know why you're going back to places.
You know, Sonny, when we entered the room and saw the girl,
Deborah.
yeah, her body, I called you every name in the book inside my head. I just had enough, you know? I wanted to quit.
What kept you with me? Was it just curiosity?
No. I just wanted to see your downfall, boss. I wanted to be there when you met your end, get humiliated or even shot.
Wow. Well, thanks for your honesty, Marty.
But then everything changed on the ship.
On the ship? Why there?
I don't know. Being tied up with you, waiting for certain death. I know I lashed out at you, but in truth, I felt there was no place I'd rather be. It was my place on that fucking burning ship with you, even if we both died there. Know what I mean?
I think I do, Marty. I think I do.
So, I guess there's nowhere to go but forward, huh?
Exactly.
Nothing
That's what
left
I'm
to
thinking.
do but kill a rat. As the chicken police.
For the last time?
For the last clucking time, partner.
Swear?
I swear.
All right. Let's hit the road.
Okay. Yeah. I feel ready to go on to the Wessler residency.
The sun was shining, and all the ducks were in a row. I felt ready. The pieces of the grand puzzle were laid out on the table. I just needed to piece them all together. A revealing glance or a careless word, and I'd have the answer. I knew we were in the right place. I knew it was nearly over.
Also, I like the fact that the bridge almost
Was
looks like
Natasha
stock footage.
Really just a victim? Or did she know everything? Was she controlling the puppets from behind the curtain? Well, if you don't know where to go, go straight ahead. What could possibly go wrong?
The worst possible
Here I
thing
am,
that would
Natasha.
happen. Nope, hold
I
on.
hope you're waiting for me.
Worst possible thing that could happen is at some point, Albert finds Molly and holds her hostage for some reason.
Furry gods. I knew he was rich, but wow.
Half the city is in his hands, Marty, and half the Council of 12.
I think we'll catch a big fish today.
Don't count your chickens. I'm sure Wessler's expecting us, and Natasha too, I hope.
You hope?
If I'm right, she could be our only chance of survival.
Lovely
Also,
prospects, huh?
this place is very
I've had
colorful.
worse.
Really?
Although it's interesting to note that the nature is the only contributing part to the color, whereas the building itself is still in black and white.
Oh, this place has its own greenhouse. What do you think's inside?
Plants,
100% humidity and unbearable heat.
that too.
Not like that. Could they be growing rarities in there?
Or maybe some chicken-eating giant flower monster.
What? Oh,
Is
you
it a
just made that
regular
up, right?
little shop of
I'm sure
horrors
there's
in
no
there?
such thing.
It's rat night.
Huh. One of Wessler's ancestors, maybe.
Wessler's ancestors were poor cobblers. More likely, this represents what he thinks of himself.
I wonder how chivalry is compatible with organized crime.
Ibn was planning to leave the underworld.
When his twin brother tore out his tongue, poked out his eye, killed him, and took his place?
Yeah.
Is this a mansion or a grand palace?
What a
Or a
mansion.
small city.
Well, if it comes to hide and seek, old Wessler will have an advantage.
A serious advantage.
Quite the steed, isn't it?
Seems nowadays organized crime pays well in Clawville.
Are you surprised? The chicken police retired.
Well, they say the team's back together again.
Ah,
Nah, that's impossible.
Oh yeah, it's true.
I'm pretty sure organized crime has paid well for a while. There's even a
What
tower.
the hell is it? Water tower? turret? A frickin' lighthouse?
I think it's a monument to an enormous ego, Marty.
Well, anyone who builds a tower this big must be trying to compensate for something.
Or he just has too much dough.
Hey, not so fast, chickens. Please excuse my partner. We didn't mean to be rude, it's just his terrible habits.
Ah, it's
As
these
you
guys
already
again.
know.
Ah, look what the cat dragged in.
Funny, I don't recognize them.
Well, maybe if they had some guns with them? Tommy guns?
Oh yeah, now I remember. The two suckers in the luxury van you shot to pieces. Twice.
Exactly.
What are you doing here, chickens? Would you like us to finish what we started?
We'd love to have fun with you boys, but we need to talk to your boss. And while we're at it, the lady of the house is also expecting us.
Is that so?
Yeah, that's so horny.
In that case, I guess there's no reason for us to waste your precious time. Isn't that right, Gabriel? Get the hell out of our sight while there are still feathers on your skin, chickens.
Easy, pal. We're not even here anymore. Until next time, boys.
So we're not fighting. I see. Also, like I feel like the 3D modeled mansion combined with the bright green colors with these partially anthropomorphic characters, it's almost surreal. There's almost a surrealistic quality to it.
This must lead to Wessler and Natasha's suite.
Well, let's get the big guns out and kick the door down.
No need for that, Marty. We'll wait until they invite us in, like real gentlemen. Then maybe we'll need the guns. But I hope it won't come to that.
Oh, my trigger finger's itching, Sonny. Someone's gotta pay.
Relax, Marty. Someone is gonna pay. Tonight.
Yeah, just don't let it be us.
Ah, Olivia.
Ah, what a pleasant surprise. Hello, Olivia. Sweetie.
Get lost.
What did you say, ma'am?
Turn around and get the hell out of here now, if you want to make it out with feathers intact.
Come on, Olivia. Don't worry about us. We know what we're doing.
Kind of.
Huh?
Don't you get it? You have to get out of here or you'll be in danger, and also her.
Do you mean Natasha? Please calm down, miss. We have to talk to Mr. Wessler and Miss Katsenko.
You really don't understand, do you?
What do they not understand, Olivia?
Ah, it's Miss Katsenko.
So, what is it exactly that our guests don't understand?
I was trying to tell the detectives that Mr. Wessler's very tired and doesn't welcome guests this early. He gets rather irate if he's being disturbed at this hour.
I'm sure Mr. Featherland and Mr. McChicken can wait here while Ibn refreshes himself. I'll entertain them until then.
Thank you, Miss Katsenko.
Please, Sonny. I thought we've already discussed this. Call me Natasha.
Please, Natasha, can we talk to you in private?
Martin?
It's all right, Olivia. These gentlemen are my friends.
Yes, Miss Katsenko.
Yes, the top of the stairs. That's private enough for us.
The truth is, Ibn isn't really in a good shape today, gentlemen. He's rather furious. Are you sure this can't wait?
Does Natasha
You
know?
commissioned us, Natasha, and we barely escaped with our combs intact.
So you know who left the threats?
Oh, we know much more than that, Natasha. We even know where you used to work. We talked to Madame Zavas.
Wild gods!
Why didn't you tell us?
Do you think it's easy for a woman to talk about such things that she used to be an escort.
Along with Molly?
So you know.
Yeah, I know, Natasha. I also know all of this was a trap.
Believe me, I tried to handle things the least painfully I could. You weren't even supposed to know.
A lot shouldn't have happened. Poor Deborah shouldn't have had to die.
Dear sweet Deborah,
Cold, stiff Deborah.
please don't say that.
A price worth paying?
You cannot think I had anything to do with that. You just cannot.
I don't know, Natasha.
Please, Sonny, tell me, what is going on?
You have to know, right?
Please.
Excuse me for making you wait, detectives. I'm having a rough morning after a long night.
Is that so? Our night was also kinda long.
To put it mildly.
I was just telling the gentlemen that you were exhausted, my dear, and they should come back another time. I'll escort them out.
Oh, honey, no need for that. My door's always open to the legendary chicken police. Please, come on in, guys. Let's talk in my room.
Then this way, please.
You just stay here, my darling. I'm sure our conversation will bore you to death. Please, go and refresh yourself, or tell Olivia to go make some coffee.
I think Albert
Yes,
knows that we know,
whatever
and
you
he's
like.
essentially keeping Natasha out for that
Please,
purpose.
Follow me, gents.
Lead on, Wessler. So long, sweetheart.
Goodbye.
Oh, there we go. It's the painting!
This painting.
It's beautiful and rather provocative. Almost makes my comb stand up.
I'm not surprised.
But the corner is missing.
You're right, Sonny. You're quite the observer.
Well, yeah, this painting's unfortunately damaged. I don't know where the missing piece could be.
You don't know? Well, if you're interested, we know exactly where it is.
Really?
Really. It's here with us.
An insignificant little piece, isn't it? But there's an exciting cat scratch on it.
More like a rat scratch, because it's a monogram.
A.W.
That's...
Albert Wessler. He's a great painter. I don't know if you've heard of him.
Enough! Out with it already. What are you trying to say? I have no time for your childish charades.
Easy, Wessler. We'll get to that in a bit.
Oh, wait, hold on. It's a copy of Farewell from Fowls, a chicken police story. It's a pricey
Impressive
bed.
Bed. Looks cozy.
sure is better than a cell.
That's right, Marty.
I'm not sure I understand, gentlemen.
We'll see about that.
Look at the chandelier. Ooh, windows.
This estate is rather impressive, Mr. Wessler.
Well, thank you.
I suppose it took years and years of cumbersome work to build it.
Yeah. As you say, Mr. Featherland, I'm rather proud of it.
You should be. Whoever built this place has a reason to be proud of himself.
Are you trying to say something, sir?
No, just thinking aloud.
Or maybe Albert Wessler doesn't really know that we know.
Yeah. Would you like a drink? This is a rather rare brandy. It lifts the spirits, if I may be so, poetic.
Really. Tempting, but I need to keep a clear
We
head,
probably
Mr.
should
Wessler.
not take any beverages
I've
from
heard you don't despise a good vintage.
this
And
fella.
I've heard you don't despise murder, Wessler. By the way, you've heard right. But everything has its place and time. Drinks, guns, dead bodies, and the truth.
Yeah. I see you're in a poetic mood as well.
More like prophetic.
And that's not a good sign.
Yeah. Are you trying to intimidate me?
No, that's not how we do business. We're gentlemen.
I really hope so.
Do you keep a revolver in your bedroom?
Yeah, a bad habit. One who has a lot to lose has a lot to fear.
I agree.
All right, let's talk to Albert Wessler.
So, what do you want to know? I've heard you've been through a rather eventful few days.
Oh, you have rather good informants.
Yeah, that's true. I should tell you, I see and hear everything that happens in the city. And you are exceptionally resilient. No offense.
None taken. But tell me, are we gonna flatter each other for a long time, or are we finally done with the courting?
No, constant flattering.
I like it.
Non-stop.
Yeah, so let's continue like that, shall we? What do you want? How dare you intrude upon me in my own house?
Oh, forgive us. Our moral compass has been confused a little bit after someone tried to kill us several times in the last 48 hours. With fire, with machine guns. I could go on.
And while we're at it, you could answer some of our questions. If you've nothing to hide, you have nothing to fear.
And then we'll just leave you alone.
All right? I'll go along with your childish little game. I would have had a long and tedious day ahead of me anyway. So, can we start?
With pleasure, Mr. Wessler.
Oh, are we doing one final interrogation? No. Tell me about Natasha
I
Gitsenko.
have no idea what she sees in you, but Natasha's been seriously worried about you.
Yeah, she, really worries more than usual, but it's understandable. Those disgusting messages.
Disgusting, all right. Do you know why that word exactly? Why did they write that specific word everywhere?
Since you've been to the Nile, I guess you know the answer to your question.
Didn't it bother you, Wessler? What Natasha used to do? Surely it must have upset you.
Why? Did it upset you when you discovered your wife did the same thing?
What did
Yes,
you just
actually.
say?
What did you think, chicken? That I didn't know? Yeah, don't make me laugh.
Yeah.
I know about everyone who ever set foot in that place. I can even tell you who Molly's regulars were, if you're interested.
You son of a bitch.
Sonny, don't.
Yes, detective?
Not yet.
You're right, Marty. It's not worth it.
They tried. I don't know if that was a success.
You're funny, you know that?
Piece of the painting.
About the painting.
Yeah. My brother Albert made it. He's a great talent, but, still, he's a rather troubled individual.
Yeah. Have you seen the painting I've got on the wall? It was made by my brother. Yeah.
Such self-criticism.
What did you say?
My partner means that you and your brother are very much alike. Identical twins, if I'm not mistaken.
Indeed. But, what does that have to do with the painting?
We'll get to that. Don't worry, Mr. Wessler. So Albert made the painting at your request, is that right? And the one that's in Natasha's room in the Tsar, too.
Yeah, exactly. Is that a crime?
Yeah.
No, it's not a crime in itself.
Tell me about the photo of the Wesslers.
This picture, it's rather strange, you know?
Why do you think so? It's just me, Natasha, and my brother.
You know, just
The photo doesn't tell much in itself, yes. But if you already have the right information, suddenly it starts to talk.
it's just a normal photo. It's a photo of two brothers standing side by side. Yeah. We're both looking at the same girl. Everybody knows two brothers when standing side by side and who look identical to each other would be staring at the same girl.
Really?
He fell in love with her, didn't he?
Who'd you mean?
Albert, of course. He fell in love with Natasha. All those sessions while he was painting the pictures. Were you there every time?
You mean, me?
You.
No, I mean, while Albert was painting, yeah, but I wasn't there all the time.
I see what we're
Albert
doing.
was
I think
there,
we're trying to
all along.
confuse him in the
And you think you could have
conversation
fallen in
so that
love
he
with
self-incriminates.
Natasha? That's why he escaped. What do you think happened to him? Who tore out his tongue?
I have no idea.
Did Natasha know about what happened to your brother?
No, of course not.
Do you love beautiful things, Wessler?
Why do you ask that? Yeah, of course.
You were afraid of losing her, weren't you? To him.
Stop. Enough. If you want to ask something, ask clearly. Don't play with me. You understand?
We're just doing our job.
Then do it clearly. And quickly. Yeah, I'm really starting to lose my patience.
We visited Albert's cell and found something he seems to have forgotten to take with him in his great hurry.
That's a big mistake.
A classic, even.
What the hell are you babbling about?
This is Albert Wessler's love letter to Natasha,
More like a confession.
in which he tells her he's capable of doing anything for her, even the most horrible things.
Yeah, this letter doesn't prove anything at all. Albert is mad. Insane. He's not normal. No one would believe his word, don't you understand?
But they believe yours, right? Because you're not Albert Wessler. You're Hobart Ibn Wessler, aren't you? How good it feels to be in his skin.
How dare you?
Just tell him, Sonny. I'm getting tired of this.
You're just a cheap fake, Albert. You couldn't follow in your brother's footsteps even if you wanted to. No matter how hard you tried, you couldn't get Natasha either. Am I right?
What? What did you just say?
She hates you, doesn't she? She doesn't know. She doesn't understand why. But she hates you. It's instinctive.
Yeah, what do you know? What could you possibly know about suffering and loneliness and the darkness? What could you know about hate, huh?
Ah, and now the questioning begins. One last round. Oh, hold on. And he's pulled a gun on us.
Albert is an imposter. He's not who he says he is, and might not even know who he really is. I have to concentrate on this first, to soften him up, and to avoid us being shot in the gizzard, of course.
What were you thinking, Albert? How long did you think you could keep it up?
What were you thinking, Albert? How long did you think you could keep it up?
Until the end of my life, if needs. Yeah, I cared about nothing except for her to love me. Not for who Ibn was, but for who I am.
Why did you think that would happen? Everybody noticed the change.
Yeah, I knew it would be hard, Santino. But I also knew animals see what they want to see. I didn't have to behave like Ibn. They only had to believe I'm him.
You wanted to wrap everyone around your dirty little fingers. Why did you decide to take your brother's place? Let's see.
You wanted to wrap everyone around your dirty little fingers, didn't you?
I couldn't involve anyone. You have to understand. No one besides myself, of course.
So, you included yourself in the plan, and did you agree with you?
Do you think it's funny, Santino? The position I'm in? Do you think I did it for power?
You wanted to rule over something, didn't you? Especially over Natasha.
I wanted to rule my fate. My actions, my will, myself. And yeah, and over everyone else who ever did me wrong, or who I once loved.
Such selflessness.
Selflessness? Yeah, don't make fun of yourself, Sonny. Selflessness is the refuge of the weak and cowardly. Yeah, tell me. Did you act out of
How many times in this
selflessness when you decided to
conversation
involve
has
your
he
partner
said
in
the
all
word
this?
eh?
No, Mr. Wessler, but it's not about me.
You see? You two are just hypocrites, pathetic statues. But under your stone skids, yeah, you're nothing but rotting corpses.
Have you ever thought that maybe you should have become a psychologist?
Yeah, you won't be laughing for long, Santino. I guarantee it.
I don't know if this is going to... That was a minus, okay. Why did you have to mutilate Ibn? How did you enjoy terrifying? Do you believe that you were... Why did you have to mutilate Ibn? Why didn't you just kill him immediately?
Why did you have to mutilate Ibn? Why didn't you just kill him immediately?
That's an interesting question, you see, but the answer is exceptionally simple. No matter how strange it is for you to understand, I loved my brother.
Weird way of showing you love, Albert.
You can't understand that. He was my everything, the only one who was close to me. Until I met Natasha.
She took your brother's place pretty quickly, didn't she? There's not much room in your heart, as I see it.
Yeah, you're understanding the situation, Detective, but you know, very well it's not that simple. Ibn was my brother. I loved him
He was
despite
my
all his
brother.
flaws and foul, petty lies. And that's why I couldn't kill him.
Not immediately, you mean?
Unfortunately, tearing out his tongue wasn't enough. Yeah, I must admit I've underestimated him.
And poking out his eye?
Oh, that was just an accident, Mr. Featherland.
Just an accident? You're a dirty, clucking son of a vermin, Albert.
Please, don't be vulgar, Sonny. It's too dangerous in your current situation, and doesn't even suit you.
Ah. Does it make you happy to control others, Albert? I don't know which ones are the questions that are gonna like be negatives and which ones are.
So you feel you're two people at the same time, even now?
Does it sound crazy? Maybe it is. But Ibn lives inside me. Sometimes he's even stronger than Albert ever was.
Do you think you can avoid the gas chamber with this, Albert?
I don't have to avoid anything, Sonny. You and your friend, will never leave this place. It's better if you start getting used to the thought.
You're not the cold-blooded killer you'd like to think you are.
Yeah, do you think so? Try me, Detective.
Yeah, so Albert isn't the cold-blooded killer, but the other side of Albert is.
What made you think you could deceive Natasha?
Because Natasha loved Ibn, in her own unique way. Yeah, and if there's anything that can blind an animal, it's love and hate. Everything revolves around these two things, Mr. Featherland.
Is everything black and white to you?
No, that's exactly what I'm talking about. Everything's gray in this world. Only two things have color.
Love and hate?
I see you understand now, Sonny. Yeah, we're not that different, you and I.
Albert, you're everything I'm not, and I'm everything you're not, believe me.
Yeah, if that makes it easier for you, Detective.
That was your plan. Take his place and live happily ever after.
Why? Isn't it good enough of a plan, Mr. Featherland? It was perfect, even in its imperfection.
Which is?
Ibn's ghost.
His what?
Please don't take it literally, Mr. Chicken. I'm not talking about spirits. When Ibn died, I didn't just take his place, but also his role. He himself, his essence.
So he kind of like developed another
Though I guess
personality
that's,
of
too
Ibn
much
as
for
well.
you to understand.
So you mean Ibn's here with us even now?
He was here all along. Don't you get it? I am Hobart Ibn Wessler.
I must get serious, because looking at the gun in Wessler's trembling hand, I'm afraid I don't have much time. Albert is a cruel psychopath, but maybe I can turn that cruelty against him. When was the moment you decided to kill him, Albert?
When I drew the last stroke on that fatal painting, Mr. Featherland. When I glanced at it for the last time, and then at Natasha, who was shivering under
Natasha.
the weight of my gaze.
Yeah, because
You
he
simply
knew from
fell
that
in
point
love
he
with
would
her.
never see her
End
again.
of story.
Not in the slightest, Mr. Featherland. Love is, just chemistry. What I felt was more than that.
Everybody thinks that, Albert. But we all feel the same. We're just fools.
No, Mr. Featherland. Not at all. At that moment, I knew what I was gonna do. I knew that the world was coming to an end if I didn't do it. It implodes on itself and ceases to exist. I couldn't let that happen. I couldn't.
Let him have her, right? You simply wanted her for yourself.
I wanted her for ourselves, Sonny. I was him by then. He just didn't know it yet.
I don't know. Let's see, do you think you could explain everything with your insanity? You enjoyed leading everyone by the nose, didn't you? What did you do that made Ibn get you locked up? You're just a cheap copy. That almost seems like it's too much.
You enjoyed leading everyone by the nose, didn't you?
Do you think this was just some megalomaniac power play on my part? Some kind of race with myself? Not in the slightest.
Don't expect me to feel sorry for you.
On the contrary, Sonny. Your kind can't even comprehend what I've been through. That way, you can't understand the reasons behind my decisions either.
You know what? Maybe it's better this way. I'll sleep better, that's for sure.
If you're going to sleep, that will be your big sleep, chicken.
Are you so
I don't
sure
think
about
this
that,
was the
Wesley?
one that I should have chosen. Oh, nope, it was a +5. I'll take it. If you love Natasha so much, how could you lie to her all along?
If you loved Natasha so much, how could you lie to her all along?
We lie the most to those we truly love, Santino. Isn't that right?
It shouldn't be that way.
You mean your wife, don't you? See? That's how it goes. We lie because we don't want to cause even more hurt.
What you did, Wessler, is nothing like Molly or me. What you did was out of simple selfishness and cowardice.
Also, you have to hurt a whole bunch of people first, and then start the lying. That's the problem.
Watch what you're spitting out that dirty beak of yours, Santino.
I'm not afraid of you, Wessler. You'd better get that into your small little rat brain.
Classic mistake, Mr. Featherland.
I'm very close to breaking him. But if I'm too hard on him, I could quickly be signing my death warrant. It's time to dig a little bit deeper and uncover Wessler's wounds. Natasha was kind to you, right? Too kind.
Natasha was, simply amazing, gentle, kind, lively, but still so, distant.
You're telling me.
It's like she was from another world. A world where everything's full of charm and grace and everything's fragile and delicate. Do you understand?
I think I do, yes.
I knew Albert's touch would harm her. Albert is rough. Albert can't keep such a delicate thing in his arms.
That's why you had to become Ibn, am I right?
I didn't take Ibn's place, Mr. Featherland. I became one with him, can't you see? It's the only way I could comprehend and accept the miracle that was Natasha.
Was.
I think I've corrupted her. She's not that gentle and pure creature I painted on the canvas anymore. I ruined her. She became rotten under my hands.
Alternatively, consider this. There is the image of a woman, beautiful, a goddess, but that is just the surface. Beneath that surface, there is the person that she is. Maybe she's a good person, maybe she's a bad person, maybe she's everything in between. But if you create this image of her in your head, you elevate her on this pedestal without knowing who she is, faults and all, qualities and all. You create this impossible idolization of a person before they even have the chance to show who they are even on the inside. And maybe she wasn't rotten. She didn't become rotten. She just became known to Albert. Albert understood, like, started to actually know who she was, rather than who he projected herself to be. Like, once you start to create the idea that somebody is perfect before you know them, you're setting yourself up for failure.
Maybe it's not too late, Albert. Tell her the truth and end this.
No. You can't understand this. She can't either. I killed Ibn, but he also killed me, can't you see? We're nothing without each other.
You can't be two people at the same time, Albert. Nobody can bear the weight of the sins of two souls.
That's actually not a bad line.
Ibn loved her. I admired her. Ibn was crazy about her. I've been crazy for a long time. Ibn idolized her, and I hated her. And if there's anything more blind, more devoted, more extreme, and more true than love, it could only be hate, Mr. Featherland. It's an endlessly exciting, thrilling, and warm feeling. And infinitely red. Just like love.
You know you're not going to be able to go through with it, right? That you won't be able to carry the weight. But you still did it. Why?
Yeah, if I didn't kill him and become one with him, Albert would have died, Mr. Featherland.
And the threats? Which one of you was that? Albert or Ibn? Who wrote them? And which one of you killed Deborah?
In my world, Ibn and I are inseparable. Just like love and hate are one and the same. And I hate Natasha so much that I could destroy myself along with her, just so she would die with me. Are you familiar with this feeling, Mr. Featherland?
More than life itself.
You see? We're not so
Nope.
different after all.
You already said
You
that.
and I have nothing in common, Wessler. You know why?
Why, Mr. Featherland?
Because if I were in your shoes, I would have pulled the trigger a long time ago.
Goodbye, Sonny.
So long, Albert.
Albert is Ibn Wessler himself. The madman took his brother's place and is trying to tie up loose ends. If we don't catch him now, maybe it'll be too late. I'm just going to accept this. Should I? Yeah. Natasha! She was listening all along.
So, you heard everything.
I heard everything.
I'm sorry you had to find out like this.
And thank you. If it weren't for you,
Yes, both of you would be dead, I know. But believe me, I still thought carefully before firing.
About who to target?
You know, I truly loved Ibn.
But this man wasn't him. You felt it, didn't you?
Maybe I even knew it. I don't know. But I still can't believe it.
It won't be easy
I
to
can't
process
believe
for
this.
any of us.
I'm sorry I dragged you into this. And regarding Molly,
the cops. But how? How do they know?
I have no idea, Marty.
do not look at me. I did not call them.
Olivia?
Don't worry, Natasha. They won't lay a finger on you. I promise.
Please, Sonny. You don't need to worry about me.
I'm rich.
I don't want to be rude, Sonny, but I'm more worried about us than her. Hello, boss.
Hello, boys.
Now, before you say anything, we can explain.
No need for that, Santino. Monica already told me everything.
Really?
Monica.
Hey, boys. What were you thinking? That I would just let you get killed without saying goodbye?
Thanks, Mon. Should we say we owe you one?
You know already, boys.
Shoes are my weakness.
Hey, mine too.
Of all the
Oh my gosh.
We don't want to hear that. And boys,
Marty, we don't need to know
Yes,
about your
boss.
foot fetish.
don't believe you'll get away with it so easily. I want a report on my desk from both of you with all the details. Am I clear?
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir. It'll all make sense, believe us. Right after I figure out myself what the hell just happened.
What Marty's trying to tell you is that we had good reason to investigate outside the law. But we're sorry.
What happened to you, Sonny? You're sorry? Did you hit your head?
Are you
Why does
making
everybody keep
apologies? Are you being a decent person?
So can we go now, boss? Without getting handcuffed?
Don't give me ideas, Santino.
Thanks, boss.
All right.
So, what now? Where to next?
I think I should mourn, right?
You should.
But I don't know what to feel anymore.
So basically, there was a lot of red herrings in regards to subplots and lore. Like, it just happened to be a year after the bloody New Year's Eve. The Royalists, the Separatists, the fact that she might come from, like, a distant family. Like, none of that actually, like, those were all red herrings. The actual thing was just her and Ibn Wessler and Albert.
I understand, Natasha. You know, if you need anything,
Yes, I know where to find you.
see you around, sweetheart.
Ma'am.
Goodbye,
Ma'am.
detectives.
Timothy! Timbo!
What? Are you waiting for me to change my mind?
I want to pull your
No, sir.
finger.
Then stop pecking around here.
Yes, sir.
Monica!
Thanks again, Mon. If not for you, those fur heads would have put holes in us.
No wonder, since you put holes in their boss.
Well, actually, that wasn't us.
Then who was it?
Natasha.
Really? I wouldn't have thought it of her. It's a pleasant surprise.
It was for us too, believe me.
Timbo!
How the hell did you find your way here, Tim? Always where the trouble is.
He's a good
Sometimes
journalist.
I think you're the criminal mastermind behind all the dark dealings in this city.
I wish.
I wish too, because then we could legally throw you in jail.
I love your sense of humor, Sonny.
I wasn't joking.
So, where did you get the scoop?
Are you kidding me? The whole city's talking about you. You've left quite the mess behind.
That I admit.
Well, it's a miracle that all of the city's smear sheet journalists aren't here already. Oh, while we're at it, will you give me
I
an
don't know. What
exclusive
kind of
interview?
mess did we leave behind? We left 2 broken cars, a burning boat. We got beaten up once. There's a dead body at a weekend estate. And then we talked to a bunch of people. This, like, the whole story of the game kind of feels like a mid-budget noir mystery. Like a low to mid-budget noir mystery. Not quite as high as LA Confidential, but like a half LA Confidential.
Clock off, Tim.
Hey!
All right. So...
And what about you, Sonny?
I'll go home and sleep. Maybe for 3 days. I'll try to forget.
I'm sorry I dragged you into this. If there's anything I can do.
I'm not sorry, Natasha. It's better this way. We find out painful truths, but at least we see clearly now, don't we?
Yes, I think you're right. Thank you.
We thank you, Natasha. You saved our lives.
But it was also me who endangered you in the first place, right?
Well, I won't argue about that. How did you know we were here?
I always pay attention, Sonny. And because I know you like you are my own nestlings.
No, I love it when you say pretty little things like that.
Don't get used to it, Marty.
Santino, you're doing that on purpose?
No, sir. Never, sir.
Then get the fuck out of here.
That's what I'm trying. But there's no option to leave.
Thank you.
We think.
But it...
Well, I won't.
Okay, there's nothing to say to her anymore.
Just one quote, guys. They say you've taken down the whole Wessler Empire. They say...
I say you're full of shit, Tim, and you can quote me on that.
Just one...
So, what's your shoe size again?
35, I think?
35,
Yes!
Sonny. I like high heels. And because there's 2 of you, 2 pairs will do for a start.
Anything for you, darling.
I don't want just anything, Marty. I want shoes.
Yes, ma'am.
See you at the PD?
At the PD, Mon.
See you at the...
Santino, you...
Thank you.
Just what...
Okay. It seems that I can't quite end the game. Does it just... Is there no escape? Oh, nope, there's more. Olivia!
Hey, Olivia.
Marty?
I just, wanted to thank you
For what exactly?
for trying to save us.
I didn't do it only for you, believe me. I loved my job while I had it. Now my employee is dead, so I don't have a job anymore.
Your employer was a criminal.
I didn't even think of that.
Of
And a
course you
psychotic
didn't.
criminal as
Can
well.
I do anything to help?
I think I'll manage. I always do.
You're a good boy, Bosco. Nice work.
You know, folks, somebody's gotta take care of the real police work while you're tearing up the city.
Sorry for the mess, Bosco, but you know us.
Yeah, unfortunately, I do.
How did you catch them? After the gunshot, I was sure these 2 would show up. They have a habit of doing that.
They were already in cuffs before then, Sonny. We had the house surrounded. If you could have hung on, maybe nobody would have died.
Hey, a second longer and it would have been us.
That's your story?
Yes.
Pluck you sideways, Bosco. Gentlemen,
Gentlemen?
we're honestly very sorry it had to end like this.
Yeah, this peacefully.
For myself, I'm glad, gentlemen. I would have sincerely regretted it if we had to shoot both of you, but unfortunately, that seemed to be the only solution to this, rather nasty situation. Fortunately, it didn't turn out that way. Joyful.
Don't think we'll be behind bars for long, chickens. Whistler may be dead, but his empire still won't crumble.
Would Natasha be
Oh,
holding
look at
on to that
you can
empire?
talk.
In complex sentences, too.
Yeah, or something like that.
Amazing. If there's anything at all,
Thank you, Martin. There's no need for that.
Nice catch, Bosco. You can mount them on your wall as trophies.
Yeah, I wish I could, Sonny. I hope we'll meet again, gentlemen.
So do I, Shakespeare. And while you're sitting in your cell, you could teach your famous manners to your friend, too.
Maybe I will, Mr. Featherland.
I certainly hope so, pal.
Oh, wait, hold on. Nope, there's no... Is there just other things I could look at and there'll be people nearby? Okay.
You? What are you doing here?
I was just driving around, you know.
Trying to feed your grandpa? So? Was it a case? Were you, maybe investigating us?
What can I say, Sonny? Am I busted?
Did someone hire you to follow us?
I just had to keep an eye on you and not get involved. That's all. I admit there were a couple of crazy situations when it was hard not to.
But you managed somehow, right?
A professional's a professional, my friend.
Yeah, thanks. So you won't tell us who hired you, whatever we do?
Unfortunately, I can't, my friend. I made a promise.
You and your promises.
Some people still take them seriously.
You're a real piece of guano. You know that?
Of course. I've learned everything from you, you old fart.
Must be some famous historical figure. How are you with history?
Not so good.
You know, I've always been fascinated by the Founding War, especially the last great battle between the Alliance and the Swamp Clans.
Don't believe the tales they tell about the war, Marty. There's nothing glorious or beautiful in it. Just endless suffering and misery.
And a lot of money, of course.
That too.
All right.
So here they
Oh,
are, ladies
there
and
we go.
gentlemen. The Chicken Police in the flesh.
Damn it, Tim, drop it and cluck off.
Oh, no, boys. This time, you deserve it.
What the cluck did you say, boss?
Stand up straight and try to look like someone who's glad to be alive.
Yes, sir, we'll try.
Ooh, attention Chicken Police. Say cheese.
Ah. The ruthless roosters are back in action. Natasha Kutsenko went missing. The following animal species were not included in this game: India Chinese tiger, northern white rhino, cryptic tree hunter, cunning silverside, Lake Oku puddle frog, lost shark. Mostly because during the development of the game, all these species have been declared extinct, according to the lowest possible scientific estimate, between 200 and 2,000. Yeah. The natural extinction rate has definitely gotten pretty high in the last 50 years. Ooh, that's actually, I like that that sprite to model work. So let's turn this down a little bit. That was Chicken Police, painted red. I liked it overall. I still don't know whether like the animal aesthetic, the partial anthropomorphism was really necessarily, like, you could probably have told the exact same story with people. But at the same time, I also wonder if like that partial anthropomorphism is just for style, and also is like, part of me wonders if it's just a little bit easier to animate. Like, you only have so many expressions for these characters. You don't necessarily, like, people have more complicated expressions, and if you only give people like two faces, like, then you'll end up with like a Max Payne 1 situation. Like, the reason why the whole, like, Max Payne face has become, like, such a meme in itself is because, like, Max only had, like, 3 facial expressions, and most of them revolved around the hard squint. So, like, you'd have to spend a lot of more time just developing these characters And like this game has a lot of characters in it, unique to each other. And I feel like part of that is because it's a little bit easier to create multiple versions of Animal Head. Mouth open, mouth closed. Like Miranda is the giraffe desk clerk is both a genius little joke and also really easy to animate as a character. But the story was interesting. It's your classic noir tale, and I feel like they did it rather well. My only complaints is I felt like certain side characters really got it handed to them too much in regards to like being this ethnic stereotype, like the Komodo dragon character, the bear character is this almost kind of like 1970s. Ooh, build up.
Natasha,
You were expecting me, weren't you?
I wouldn't say that, but I'm not surprised.
I just wanted to talk to you.
About what exactly?
You know very well.
What do you think, Natasha? Why didn't she tell me?
Because she loved you.
Yeah.
If it wasn't for you, she may have never left the place. Perhaps she'd still be there.
Ah, sheep shit.
We used to dream about falling in love with a nice man who comes and saves us someday. A knight in shining armor. You know, like in the fairy tales.
And how did that work out for you?
She fell in love with a good guy. I didn't. I envy her.
I'm not that good guy, Natasha. But if it's any consolation, she could have found him. Maybe she's living with him right now, somewhere on the other side of the world.
Well, goodbye, Sonny.
So long, sweetheart. Hey, Natasha, you have a light?
I've
been
we
trying
got
to
live
smoke
action
this
footage
sorry-ass
there.
cig all day. It's driving me crazy.
Maybe you don't really need it.
Maybe you're right. Maybe.
Like the game credits already showed that a lot of the game art is like live action footage with digitally created animal heads. 555-223. Whatever happens, happens. 555-223. Huh. Does that do anything? Like if you dial? So yeah, the ethnic stereotypes get a little bit thick. Like they try a little bit too hard. But overall, like it's a pretty wide array of characters, a neat little storyline. I'm just going to skip to getting into your office so I can dial that number, see what happens.
Ah, crap.
All right, let's try it out. That's 5, 5, 5. What was that, 223? Huh. Kind of nothing. Got any suggestions for something to play next? Leave them down in the comments below. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and have yourselves a good night.